this a little bit here, but I thought I'd give you a brief little overview of what I'm doing as I'm getting a website set up, just so you can kind of know a little bit of the process. I'll go back through what I've already done. So I went through here first, and I clicked Add New Page as many times as I needed to. And so then you're trying to text me, but I'm going to keep talking right now. And so click Add New Page for as many as I need. And then I have my screen here, my page here, over up on my Mac screen, so I can have them up at the same time. So they need Home, About Us, Services, Contact Us, and then Individual, Group Services, Fleet, Other Vehicles, and Fundraising. And I go through and I make all those. And when I go in and I make all them, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the information from that page and simply place it in here. And so About Us. And I won't actually be making this because I already did it once. Copy over all the text. If the photos are worth copying over, or if I need them for reference for some reason, then I will get them over there as well. But otherwise I'm just copying everything over there, not worrying about anything to do with format, just getting it all on there so that everything exists where it needs to exist, so I can stop looking at the old page and just think about the new stuff. Go through, publish. For those pages that are children, like some of them are under services, then I make sure to wait on creating them until I have the other one, the parent, created, so that way I can be sure that I can make it a parent on the new page as well. You don't have to do that to be able to make things work on the menu, but it's something that is just more convenient that way to be able to keep track of things. So I would have continued to create all these things for these new pages, then go into menus, and within menus then I can place them all over here, and I can view all, and I can select all, and then just leave everything off except for sample page, add to menu, set them up, save the menu, it's on there, everything's good. Come back over here to widgets. Now I'm starting off the process here. I just got started on this. What I'm wanting to do is set these up in the way that they are going to be in the end, in the basic order that they will be in, so that I have everything in place. I'm not worrying anything about the formatting of things right now, just making sure that it all exists in the basic order that it will be in the end. In this case, we're making a website that's going to be structured in a very similar way to what is on the current website that they have. It's not going to be identical, but it's going to be very similar. Similar enough that I can essentially use this as my roadmap. The other thing I'm going to be using as a guide is, I missed that fundraising page earlier. That's an interesting service. Then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking the WTC website, I guess I'm WTC website, and I'm doing it based on that because you might notice that these look similar, and so then I want to start with that, and they're both in a left-right sort of arrangement. It's not the colors. I mean, they happen to overlap in color, but that's not the point. The main thing is we have menu, so we have logo, basic content about their organization, menu, slideshow, left-right content, because it's split up into left-right already on here. So it's a very simple thing for me to be able to take this and turn it into a much better version of this. And so I've taken that theme already and copied it over. And then that way anything that I do is going to be essentially like that. And so I'm back over here, and I've already added in the, or I was going to add in the logo, and then I decided not to. I decided to do it the header way instead. So I've added in the header through Customize. You said before that you go into Customize to do widget things. I think it's a real pain, so I don't do it that way. The only thing I come in here to do is to do header, although I could easily do that by going into the place here where it says header as well. So I already have that set in there. It's not going to be looking right at all right now. That's okay, that's not the point. I have At Your Service Lube and Go. It's in the title spot because that's an easy thing to control. I'm not putting anything in the content, just in the title for that, because we need to have two different parts for what comes next, and I split them up in this way. The title is We Come to You. If We Come to You is the same font size as At Your Service Lube and Go, or as the phone number that follows it, then I would have made it so then we only had one text box, but it's not the same, so I need three different things. I don't like to put special divs inside of the text boxes, so I do it this way. It's easier for people to do later. Otherwise I could do it like this and make it so that it was special just from that, and then do /div here at the end, and then we could make it whatever we needed to do. But we don't want to do that, because then we start to have code where people are going to actually be doing work sometimes, and I don't want them to have to ever see code if they don't have to. So we have those there, and we will possibly eventually have some social icon type things going on in this header right section as well, but we don't necessarily need to. I don't really know why it's called right. I probably should change that at some point. It's really more just header. That'd be a more appropriate term. And in fact, underneath it says this is the header widget area, so who knows why it says right. Maybe I did that sometime. Maybe that's the way it comes by default. But then now, for sidebar type things, we're eventually going to have a form right there. And since I already have Gravity Forms installed, I'm going to go ahead and put that over there. But I don't have a form to actually put in that spot. But I'm going to put that there because I'm going to want it to be a schedule your appointment or something like that, so that that can appear on every page. And then in the secondary sidebar we're not going to use. I don't know who uses those, but they are not me. And oh, we need a menu up there too. I forgot to put a menu. Oh, I think we'll do menu the other way. Let's make a menu come. There's two different ways you can make menus. You can have it done through the widgets, or you can have it done by default. And we'll do it by default this time, probably. And then for the home top part, then we need to have a soliloquy slider. We're going to go ahead and add that. And I think that it needs to be something like 1300. If we're going to make it go all the way across, 1300. I don't think we'll make it go all the way across, though. I think we'll make it more like SWS Golf and have it be that it's like 800 by 350 or something like that. We don't have to get it just right at this moment. We can mess with that later, but we want to get it existing, and then we can take our code for that, paste it in. It's just going to go inside a text widget. It's in there. You save it. It's there. It's in the top section. We're going to have something else that's going to be going over on the right, though. We're going to be having an area where it is always going to say where they are serving. And so we want this to be pretty noticeable. And I don't know, we might do some special formatting to it later. We want some sort of title. I don't know what I'll have exactly, but reserve your area. But it's not, I'll try to come up with something better, but it's that sort of idea. Frequently you'll want to add paragraph, automatically add paragraphs to this. You won't always. And that's going to be our home top section. After that, then we have three different columns going on. About Us, Services, and Why Pick Us are what they have down there. And I think that what I'm going to do instead, I think I'm going to go About Us and Why Pick Us, and I don't know, let's see. Yeah, I think we'll do About Us, Services as two columns, and then at the bottom as a footer we'll have Why Pick Us. I think that would make the most sense. We're going to go with that. And so then over here, then they have, let's see, let's go with an image. They don't have it set up with images right now, but we need something better over there. It needs to look a little better. So our title for it is About Us. I'm going to not have an image right now. We'll get that in there later. Right now we're just worrying about the very basic content. Nothing too special at all. And it's going to go to the About Us page. And Learn More is what we're going to have in there for now. I think that might be what we actually do in the end, but it'll be something like that anyway. And then we have some text. We're going to copy what they have for right now. Some of their text isn't ideal, and so we'll probably fix it up a little later on. But we get that in place so we have a basic concept of what's happening. And that's for the left. For the right, and then we're going to have Services. We're also going to do an image for over there, and again, we won't pick it at this moment. I'm going to type in Services here, and the link is going to go to, you guessed it, Services, and then we're also going to still say Learn More. And we're going to copy this text. It might copy something funny in the middle of this text. I'm not positive. It's messed up on their current page. No, it looks like it's okay. And we'll click Save on that, and that's going to be on the right. And then we're going to skip subfooter left and right. I should really delete them at some point. I don't really know what they mean. And then we have a Why Pick Us section, and it really seems separate to me from those. I think that it should be that The Why Pick Us part is on the About Us page too at some point, but it's hard to copy this. Once I get up to there we go. Oh, you gotta be sneaky. I couldn't get quite all of it, but I got most of it. Close enough. There. It's going to need to be some formatting done to this eventually. And I'll do that later. Yeah, can't get it to go. So, Why Pick Us? Automatically add paragraphs. Got that in footer 1. It's going to go all the way across the bottom. Right now on their current page, then they have these social media feeds, which is fine, probably, if they had things going on there, but they don't. Their Facebook one's not working. I can check to see if they have any actual activity, and they really don't. And that's what I assume. When you're a small business that's new, then you don't have many things like that. So we're not going to have that on there, and we're not going to have a huge red area down here. Okay, and we're going to have a menu eventually down at the bottom here. We're going to add that in right now as well. Do that through a custom menu. We have footer 1 right there. We're going to go ahead and put it in footer 2. We're going to put custom menu. We're going to select main. It's the same one that we have as our menu up at the top. It's just going to be formatted differently, and it's going to be showing up at the bottom instead of the top, as the term footer implies. Now, that is everything on that home page, and we've done the other pages except for I've forgotten fundraising. So I'll go ahead and do that right now, and you'll be amazed at how we do this. I'm going to create page here, and then in the spot where it says enter title here, we're going to enter it. It's my little joke. And we have some stuff here to paste, except for their website's so messed up that it can be hard to actually make everything work as it should be. You might be a little scared right now by the size of that first heading, but don't be. It won't look that way in the end. And then there's going to need to be something else happening here. We're going to make this as a part of services. I'm not sure that that really belongs under services. That's okay. We'll put it there for now at least. That's where they had it, and we'll put it there for now. Oh, hey, see how this is funky up here? Where we got index.php as a part of the name. We don't want that. Let's go ahead and change that while we're thinking about it. We go to settings, permalinks, and then we changed over to post name, click save, we're good. The old addresses will all still keep working, but they will redirect to the appropriate name if you try to go to them. Now, we have all our widgets in place. Now we're going to look at our beautiful website. It's beautiful. Although I think that I think I've inadvertently not copied over the for some reason it's not having the new theme over there. I'm not terribly sure why. It's the right things otherwise. Should be working, but it's not. Well, who knows? Not me. Let's activate some other theme and then bring this one back. See what happens. Well, let's try it manually. See what happens then. Yeah, always check, make sure you're on the right one. Sometimes you're not, and then bad things happen. Well, I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually. Haven't really had this ever happen before though, so I'm not really sure what's going on. Right there before. It's all there. You can do it this way instead. Get the CSS file from here. Come in here, click on Style CSS, copy it, put it in there on lube. And still it there. And so they've made no changes. So it's not actually taking effect. Well, I'll figure that out later. In the meantime, no, there it is. I just needed to refresh the whole thing with a. For some reason it's held my cache. Who knows why? So it looks terrible right now. That's okay. Things can look terrible sometimes, and I don't mind. And this is, and everything's there though, and it's in a roughly WTC style. And if I sent this to the client right now, they probably wouldn't be happy enough. But this is with almost no work at all. It just takes a few minutes to do this sort of thing. And so, and this is saying it's invalid because I don't have an actual form on there. And then, so it is invalid, and that's reasonable enough. Okay, so everything's going to be on here. The slideshow's not on here yet because we don't have that on there. And it doesn't have the logo up there for some reason. Who knows why? We'll be okay. So those are the basics. We'll get it all set up now with CSS. I'll show you that some other time. But if you ever get something like this to this point, I'll be happy. It'll feel good.